so fucking crazy you can't follow the rules. A working class hero is something to.
Puppy love hates tires. Okay, folks. Through this video, if you watch, through the end of this process, you're going to learn how to do maybe not a proper fiberglass repair. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I've done a lot of it, and it's pretty easy stuff. But there's some basic principles, of these repairs that set you up for success. Right? It's got to be clean, and prepped properly. So what happened here is they didn't sand it and get deep grooves. Fiberglass is a mechanical bond, and on the molecular level, there's little pieces of glue grabbing things, and you got to give them that grip, right? So the shiny on here, though it looks grippy, shiny's not grippy ever. It's not, whether you're painting or fiberglass or anything. Shiny's not grippy. You gotta prep the surface properly. So we're gonna kind of do that today, just by grinding out their old crap, and we'll see how far they get. But this boat was originally listed for $19,999 on Yacht World, and he dropped his price on Craigslist, end of season kind of thing. So I decided to go look at it. People don't like to pay any more for storage, right, than they actually absolutely have to. But got here, and I'm looking around, and let me show you. Let me show you what I found. Right, I got my pirate flags up back here because they're cool. Climb around back here in these cool little cubby bedrooms that the boat has, and some cool windows, and oh look, there's all these cool electronics. So I come back here to check this out, and I'm thinking maybe we could do some built-in shelving here eventually to make it a little more comfortable, and I find this. What? That's a big pump. Why is there such a big pump on this boat? Yes, folks. This hooks to a garden hose. You plug it in, and that is a big pump. But I still like the boat, so I keep looking for where the water's coming in, and I say, "Hey, buddy, let's pop the floorboards up and check this out." And there it was. So we got to stop, and we shut the cameras off because, I didn't know where the conversation was going to lead from there. And the fella told me that he was unaware of the problem, and I made an offer, and he did not accept, and I left. So come back around this winter, obviously I own the boat for less than I actually had offered him last fall, and I'm pretty comfortable with what I paid for it, and I got a budget here. I think that I can fix that myself for, about $500. And one of my supporters, Heath Blondin, actually got me hooked up with a 450-foot roll, 4 foot wide of fiberglass mat. So, one of the things that I do want to point out is there's a seam here, okay? You can see it's lifted here, but there's a section of board, and either somebody had replaced some rotten stringer here, I hope not, or the factory had a breakaway seam for a grounding scenario. Very doubtful. But they only put one layer on. And though this is the good stuff, good heavy grade, structural grade fiberglass material, probably should have went a few more layers. Being that it's something that's already broke before, we kind of know at this point that it's not strong enough originally, at least for the average dumbass like me and you, that aren't professional anything. We're just trying to get out here and live a dream. We don't necessarily know what we're doing, and mistakes happen. So I think what I'm going to do is hog this out with my big grinder. You should meet Bertha. This is one of my favorite tools. Any boater should own one. It's a variable speed Makita buffer, actually, but buffers have a lot more torque than normal grinders, and they always have a variable speed feature, which I like in anything that I do. And you can run all kinds of tooling on them. Not only can you run buffers, but I like these flat discs. This one is 60 grit, so it's more of a medium finish. This is the 36 grit hog, and it's going to chew up anything, including your hands, so be careful when you're using them. Safety glasses. I actually have a hunk of 36 grit that's been stuck in my thumb for about a week, and I'm going to have to cut it out sooner or later. But anyway, I got a mask, and I'll kind of try and localize the mess, because this is going to be nasty. And I'll get you an update as I make some progress. Okay, got my little bubble, right? I am the bubble boy. Kind of keep the dust out of the rest of the boat. My safety glasses, so to speak, and my respirator, keep this crap out of my lungs. So, I'm gonna go to work. Let's make a mess. Look at this. That's daylight. I believe somebody overground a bit here, so we're gonna have to build it up with a lot of layers. I kept digging, and we get into some factory filler here. I may take some more of this out before this is all done, but I really want to get this out of my way, and then get this out of my way. I did take one of the keel bolts off. I'm gonna remove that plate and get this delamination out of here, and it goes all the way kind of back into the bilge where it's wrapped around just a little bit. Not too terrible, but we're moving along pretty good. I'm stoked. You can see, oh, the mess, all the joys. Yeah, that sucked. I even drank a Red Bull with my lunch, and that's still, yikes. Okay. Made quite a mess for myself here. It's where they cut the factory stringer. It's pretty wet. I'm probably going to cut some more out of it. Maybe do a 45 on it to get a little more bite with my repair. Yeah. The other side's pretty wet too, as I kept coming through these layers. You'll see this dark stuff, and it just starts flaking off, delamination. So I gotta hog it all out. Remove the first stringer section. You know, I got daylight showing through the boat. Looks to me like that's probably, you know, where it's actually through the boat, where the water was leaking out. It's pretty wet down there. Maybe we'll infuse it with some acetone first, and then epoxy it all back together with layers on the inside and the outside. It looks like it needs to be built up quite a bit here, so you can end up, you know, 3, 4, 5 layers, you know, stretch the repair all the way out, and then paint it when I'm done. This is the keel bolt. If anybody knows what a torque spec is on a keel bolt, holla. Let me tell you, I'm exhausted. It is treacherous walking around in these conditions. I have a sore spot in the arch of my foot from standing on stringers all day yesterday, like a little ballerina. You got to tiptoe around this mess, but you can see where it was all nasty and black. I'm gonna clean that, but not this weekend. There's all kinds of cleaning that needs to be done. So I just focused my efforts really on prepping the surfaces, where everything's gonna go. I think some moisture last night dripped down from here. It was all drippy when I got in. I ended up kind of wiping it down just to get it to stop dripping, right? And mopped up the mess. But this is all prepped pretty well. See the the pink light spots. That's what I'm looking for. I'm kind of waiting for everything to fully dry up this morning, and we'll get it done. Well, last time I left you guys, it was Sunday morning. I took you guys for a walk around the boat, showed you how I had all my pieces prepped and piles of materials and gallons upon gallons of West Systems epoxy. Turned out, with my practice layup at home, I washed my pumps out with acetone. Big no-no. I learned the hard way. Never taken on like multiple gallon project before. Yep, thought I was doing myself some good, cleaning them out and putting caps back on for transport so I didn't have to worry about them spilling in my car. You don't want epoxy spilled in your carpet. You'll never get it out. Just throw the carpet away. Trust me on that. Yep, the pumps were bad, so I had to kind of shoot from the hip, and I thought the mix ratio was 8-to-1. Turns out it was 5-to-1. No, I thought it was 4-to-1 first. Sorry, a little slow on the math. It's Sunday morning again, and I'm kind of tired from all of this. But anyway, 4-to-1 didn't work. I mixed huge batches because the project was huge. Boy, it kicked in about 45 minutes, and I lost a ton of material. It was quite a bummer, so I wasn't able to get everything done I wanted to get done that day. It was a tough day. I had definitely underestimated pretty much everything. But hey, like I told you guys, I don't know what I'm doing, right? But I got it done, and I had to come back up here Wednesday and lay more, and then I got here yesterday and it was still not kicked fully. I've been fighting the cold. I definitely underestimated my ability to get the boat warmed up, and that's probably been, my biggest problem is the cold makes the epoxy cure time really long, which is good because it gives you a really good strong bond. And I was planning on using that to my advantage anyway because the project was so large. I wanted to kind of work my way out so that I could get it all in one drop. Most of it is like 8 layers, cross-laid, so it's lots and lots of layers, and I kind of ended up working in a mess, but I probably should have planned on this being a 2-day, and I didn't, but I learned. So next time I'll know. I kind of killed myself, and I guess I didn't have to, but this is the V-berth. Ooh, yep, it's pretty though. It's pretty outside. This is ugly dirtiness, one of my later projects. It ended up being a good spot to do all my foam fabrication. There's just a little preview of the mess, right? It's not too bad in here. Foam is cool because it's fast and easy to fabricate with. I like it a lot for speed anyway, but this is what we ended up with, and I'm pretty damn happy with it, actually. This is going to add a lot of strength to the boat. Where the heater is, it's probably 18 layers. It was kind of a triangular repair where it went down deep, so I had to build up with smaller layers upon layers. I did have kind of a delamination problem here. I think that the water tank is underneath here, and there's still a whole bunch of water in it. Looks like one of the previous owners didn't do me any justice by winterizing it properly. There's probably a crack in it, and I didn't know it at the time, but I keep having water puddle up here, and I may have to grind that out at a later date and replace it. We'll see. I'm trying to get some air movement and get it all dried up, but I get it dry and then it keeps puddling, and when I left for everything to cure, it definitely got a puddle of water back in it. It's probably, when I came back Wednesday, there was probably 2 inches of water there, so it's a healthy leak here, and I don't think it's coming in. We haven't had any rain, and the snow's been melted off for a while, so I don't know. Cleaning. Got a huge mess here. Yes, bloody rags, of course. DNA sample on the boat. was like a murder scene here. Got through it though. Cleaning, and getting floors back in. As soon as this is dried up, I'm getting my floors back in because walking on this crap is not fun. But I have added a tremendous amount of strength to the boat and maybe a little bit of value. Either way, the hole is gone, so it'll float and I can bring it home now. And we can always come back and do a little more. And we're eventually going to clean all of this up and paint it, put a nice coat of bright white paint in there. That'll look real slick. I got to drill some holes here through the stringers to get my plumbing back in and my electrical. It's going to be on another day. I want to clean this boat up. It's a disgusting mess. Right? There should be a link down in the bottom for the Patreon account. If you dig what we're doing, want to see more videos, click like, hit the button, subscribe, all that stuff. You know what to do.